Hello guys!
Piano gang.
Welcome to another episode 2 Set Violin.
Featuring
Sophie!
Sophie.
Oui.
Recently we did a video with Sophie where she showed us 6 of her favorite piano recording or performances that she thinks everyone should listen to. A lot of you guys liked it, and so we're doing a second follow-up episode for the piano gang. Sophie's prepared. Is it another 6 today?
Yes,
another 6 recording / performances.
Just to clarify, they're not in any particular order. So it's not like the first 6 are better than these 6.
Yeah, but I have to say it's really hard to pick 12 because there's so many great pianists and it's like a personalized list. It's not like I'm gonna stick with this list for the rest of my life. And
I think that makes it more interesting too. Personalized. Reflect the current times, our current feeling. Alright,
let's get started.
Sophie.
Okay, the first one is Daniel Trifonov playing the Schumann piano concerto. Yeah, I mean, I love Schumann as a composer. I've played a lot of Schumann and I love the concerto. I'm actually gonna be playing it next year, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, so I better start learning it, I guess. But I love Daniel Trifonov. He is actually one of my favorite pianists. I think his playing is so delicate and I love the way he produces sound. And actually, I had the opportunity to play in a masterclass with him last year. It was the first one he has ever given.
Ooh.
And I don't think he has given one ever since.
Oh! Damn, Sophie, oui. Flexing so hard right now.
He's so imaginative and he has so many ideas. And the things he said sometimes like really crazy. I actually played Schumann, the second sonata, which the tempo marking is as fast as possible. And then at the end is faster and even faster.
Oh, really?
And he was talking about pedaling. And he was like, yeah, you have to pedal on like the 3rd 16th note and the 5th 16th note. Which is like rhythmically really odd. But when he did it, it was like, wow. It really changed the sound and it really made a difference.
Why do you think so many pianists like love Trifonov so much?
For me, like when he sits on the piano, he makes magic somehow. It's like every note is something special and he's trying to create something special. And I also felt that during the masterclass.
Yeah?
You really have to make everything speak and sing and make magic. So the next one is Song Jin-cho, I hope I pronounce this right, with the first etude of Chopin. At the Chopin competition actually.
Oh.
High pressure.
Yeah. Whoa.
I love it.
Dude, that was just like wave after wave and the music just kept coming.
Yeah, so I recently listened to this recording because I'm playing this etude right now and I wanted to see how do other people play it. I really love this because a lot of people, they play this etude, you know, like an etude. Just like every note, like hammered out. But it's actually like, it's a big chorale. Like the harmonies, I think, are really beautiful and they're more like waves up and down. And I thought he did that really well. And also changing the articulation, sometimes lighter, sometimes more, sometimes less.
Yeah.
Yeah, he controlled that really well.
And he's one of my favorite young pianists right now. Like I've listened to many other of his Chopin interpretations and yeah, I really like the way he plays.
He somehow manages to make a sound very kind of majestic with like the
Yeah.
kind of singing bass lines, bring out the little leading notes even in the waves. So you get this really feeling of like this
Grandiose.
grandiose
Yeah.
rather than like holy
Yeah, here we go.
you know?
Yeah.
They're arpeggios, but they're not like small. They're like wide
Uh-huh.
arpeggios, and sometimes they're really tricky because they're in between black keys and really easy to miss.
Cool.
Nice
I
one.
like that.
Okay, next one. We have something beautiful and slow. Mozart.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is Friedrich Gulda, an Austrian pianist. One of the greatest musician geniuses I find. He loved Mozart, was his favorite composer.
Mm-hmm.
And he did a lot of jazz too. He was a little bit off the wall crazy person, but
He reminds me of what's the violin guy?
Oh, yeah.
You know the one that plays Chopin.
Yeah. Yeah, get Liszt.
I don't know, he just gives off the same vibe.
Yeah.
Like,
Right, alright, let's keep going.
so-
yes, this is one of the most iconic slow movements and one of my favorite moments where basically nothing happens, but yeah. Now.
You had to lick his lips there.
Is that?
At the
That was good.
Yeah, I
that
got
was
it.
tasty phrasing.
Yeah. That was tasteful. Did you hear that?
So, the most simple thing in the world. It's like just a cadenza, or you know, just these single notes.
Yeah.
But it's like everything there. I don't know. A lot of pianists they like to, you know, put runs in between, which I personally don't like so much because I like it when it's just the pure, just what Mozart wrote. You know.
And that's also quite hard to do.
Because again, like piano, you can't sustain notes.
Mhm.
So the fact that it's a single note that goes for so long, the relationship of the volume of each note has to be just right, so it sounds like a phrase rather than a bunch of single notes, right? What's that quote by like Einstein? Like any fool can make things more complicated. It takes a genius to simplify, or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that.
I unfortunately never could hear him live because he died. But I work with his son Paul Gulda a lot. He's here in Vienna and he is also an amazing pianist.
I love how you've been choosing excerpts that's so different, and each one I feel like can showcase to both the piano gang but also non-piano gang people out there
And soon to be piano gang.
just how versatile and rich the repertoire is for piano. You guys have the best repertoire, I gotta say. I get kind of jealous.
Yeah, but it's too much.
Yeah.
That's true. You guys have too many
You
notes
can't
for
play
that.
everything.
That's true.
But that's also good, so not everyone's always playing the same piece. Anyway, let's keep going.
Oh, I love
Ooh.
Prokofiev.
Yeah, me too.
Just
Did she use
like,
She's a knuckle, hey?
dude,
Dude,
it got really intense.
I don't know when that hurts, but maybe.
it's hard to tell.
Or it's maybe because it's so loose that it looks like it. I love about her playing that she's so loose, you know.
And there's so much power in just that.
Dude, she's so young in here too.
Yeah, it's 1977, I think, with
Whoa.
Levin. But I love her interpretations of Prokofiev concertos. And I love Prokofiev as well. I mean, I've always liked Prokofiev, but I feel like now I've also started playing more Prokofiev. I really love his music. It's so fun to listen to.
Yeah, I loved it. I was feeling the vibe.
Yeah.
Good energy, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about Argerich as a player? I'm just curious.
I really love her playing. I mean, especially Prokofiev, I think. But I do respect her a lot. She actually once came to our university to talk a little bit. She didn't play anything for us, but it was really interesting what she had to say about her life. And
To me, like, as a outsider, because my sister's a pianist and she loved Argerich. In my mind, she's like the Beyonce of the piano
it's like the
world.
queen.
She's like the queen.
You're the queen of
yeah, that's true. So, yeah. Oh, and fun fact, actually, she was one of the only students of Friedrich Gulda, the one we heard right before her.
Really?
Okay, this next one is Michelangeli with a Chopin Mazurka.
Nice. What do you think? Why did you pick this one?
Well, Michelangeli is, for insiders, he's really well known. Have you guys ever heard of him? Non-pianist.
We're outsiders.
We're outsiders now. It's gone beyond our scope of
Yeah.
knowledge.
I really like his interpretation of mazurkas. His mazurkas, somehow, my teacher told me they're sort of the king discipline of Chopin. Like, it's basically harder to play mazurka well than an etude or the concerto or all these hard things.
Really? Why?
It's so simple, but it's so hard. It's a little bit like Mozart. I thought, like, really? But then I learned some, and it's true. It's hard to present them well and to
That's why I
play
quit
them.
piano, because I hit a mazurka and I gave up.
When you have something like this, your storytelling musically really has to be on point.
Yeah.
Or what do you think Michelangeli was doing? Break it down from what a pianist might see or hear from this particular recording.
I mean, I think the hard thing about mazurkas is they kind of have to sound like you're just playing in the moment, like very spontaneous. But if you do that, like if you don't have any kind of plan, it might not come out the way you want it to, or it should. But I like how he produces the sound and with the articulation and how he takes time. It's very natural, but it's not all the same. Every phrase is different somehow, and you want to keep listening. It's not like, okay, now comes the same thing again.
Cool.
Alright, lucky last.
Okay, the last one, something totally different. Somebody everybody knows.
What? Can we just stop there? Everything is totally different.
That was so different from everything before.
He's someone everybody knows, as non-musicians, he's sort of a piano star. I heard him live with Liszt Sonata in the Concerthaus, and that was one of the most exciting performances I've ever heard. Like, the sonata is really hard to... And I felt that everything was happening, like, with his face or his movements was part of what he was doing. It wasn't like he was trying to show things. So I was really impressed with that performance. This piece is a very technical, flashy piece. Yeah, I've played this piece and the ending is like, it's 6 pages of only octaves. But the problem is, it starts out not so hard, but it gets harder and harder, and then the left hand also gets harder. And I remember when I played this and I listened to him just out of curiosity, and I was like, oh, okay, I have to practice. Okay, so this is still okay, that's the beginning. But then like a few pages later...
Dude.
Pretty impressive.
He popped off at the end.
The left hand starts jumping too, and it's terrible because if you start getting tired somewhere in the middle, like, you have no chance. How are you gonna get to the end? No matter if you like him or not, you have to admit that, he can play. But he's also very smart, I think, because he knows like exactly where he needs to take time and where he can do what. It's not just that he plows through the whole thing.
I agree.
Yeah.
We played with them both, right? Yeah, orchestra. I remember he was doing the Prokofiev 3 or 2, I can't remember, one of the Prokofiev concertos, and he was just like, it was so easy for him. Literally like he's chilling, but like playing the most ridiculously hard things. I have heard like piano students being like, oh, blah, blah, blah. But then I remember when that masterclass that he did.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like he knows his musical stuff.
He knows everything about music.
It's like, yes, he decides to do whatever he wants because he can.
But he also
But
can,
it's not like he's stupid.
He's not stupid. He
knows.
knows. He's not just doing it because he doesn't know.
Yeah.
It's also he can show off because he can.
He's earned
He earned the right to do this at the end.
he was like, yeah!
Because he just freaking did that.
Yeah, like, who else can do that in a jacket? Like, that's right.
So many amazing musicians
and
everywhere.
also different.
I need to practice.
I know.
Thank you so much, Sophie Wee Wee, for
Thank you.
showing us 6 more amazing performances. We enjoyed it a lot.
I did too.
Is there anything you want to add?
Thank you guys. And go practice.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it, guys. Another 6 amazing pieces from 6 amazing pianists. And of course, Sophie Wee Wee telling you to go practice. Like and subscribe.